Hello everyone. Today we are discussing the examples of an flowchart. Means how we can draw the flowchart of any program. See, in previous video we learned how we can write down the algorithm of any particular program, and we saw in previous video what are the symbols we use to draw the flowcharts. We discussed in previous video different symbols, what is the name of that symbol and what is the use of that symbol. To using that symbols, today we are drawing the flowchart of the program. See here how we can draw the flowchart of any particular program. Examples, this is your first example. Draw a flowchart to perform a basic arithmetic operations. Basic arithmetic operations means what? See, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are basic arithmetic operations. Means how we can add two numbers, how we can subtract, how we can multiply two numbers, how we divide two numbers. See, these are the basic arithmetic operations. Using these basic arithmetic operations, how we can draw the flowchart. In previous video we discussed how we can write down the algorithm, means step by step methods. Writing the step by step method of that program is called as algorithm, and that algorithm step by steps we draw in diagrammatical form is known as the flowchart. Means that steps we put it in diagram format, that is called as a flowchart. So today we will see the how we can draw the flowchart of any particular program. See, this is your first example. Draw a flowchart to perform a basic arithmetic operations. So first, in algorithm we write down the first step is start. Means whatever steps you have written in algorithm, use that all steps, and using diagram, in diagram we write down that steps, that is called as a flowchart. See, first one is start. We are using oval shape to write down the start and stop operations. If you want to write down the start and stop steps, use the oval symbol. See, this symbol is called as a oval symbol. The name of this symbol is oval symbol. In previous video we discussed the all diagrams meaning. Means what is the name of the particular diagram and what purpose we use these symbols. Okay, see, this is a oval symbol. If you want to start and write down the start and stop step, we are using the oval symbol to declare the start and stop. See, this is write down start, then see here we are using the arrows to connect the symbols, and it shows the flow of logic. Means how your logic will flow step by step, means how your program will work step by step. It shows the flow of logic. Means we are using here logic. It shows the how it's working step by step. See, for that purpose we use arrows. We are using arrows to connect the symbols, or it shows the flow of logic. Then connect the two symbols, then draw. Second step is read the inputs. Means whatever inputs we are using in our program, so read that inputs. This is a step 2. Step 2 in algorithm, we write down the read the inputs. Means whatever inputs we are using, we declare in step 2. So read A, B. We are using here A and B inputs. So whatever inputs you are using in your program, so draw the rectangle symbol to declare that inputs. Means whatever inputs we are using in program, if you want to show that inputs, use the parallelogram. This symbol is called as a parallelogram. We are using here parallelogram for to read the inputs. Okay, see here, read the inputs, read A, B, then join the next symbol. See here, step 3 is, means whatever mathematical formula, whatever conditions we are using in program, write down in step 3. In algorithm part, we write down the operations and mathematical formula in step 3. If you want to draw the show the mathematical formula, we are using here square to declare the statements in square. This is symbol is called as a rectangle. We are using here rectangle to declare the mathematical operations. See, we are using here sum means addition. Sum is equals to a plus b. We have given the input to the computer is a and b, means add two numbers. We will give the input to the computer value of a and value of b. So sum is equals to a plus b. Then difference, otherwise you can write down here subtract, sub. Difference a minus b, subtraction is a minus b. Then product, write down product, otherwise multiplication. Multiplication equals to a into b, means how we multiply the two numbers. Then division, division equals to a divided by b. These are the basic mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. We are using here basic arithmetic operations in this program. These are the basic arithmetic operations. So write down the mathematical formula in square, means in rectangle. Then next statement is step 4 in algorithm. After writing the mathematical formula, whatever result we get using that mathematical using that mathematical formula, print that result on the monitor screen. So whatever result we get, we print on the we print in algorithm. So print means here we get the a plus b, means sum, addition of a and b. So sum, then print sum, we get here sum, we get here difference, otherwise subtraction, we get here product, division, means whatever result you get here, you print that result in this. This is called as a parallelogram. For input, for declare the inputs and outputs, we are using here parallelogram. If you want to declare the inputs and outputs, write down here parallelogram. See here, in previous video we discussed the all symbols meaning here. See here, oval symbol. Oval, it is used to denote either start or stop. If you want to start or stop your program, use the oval symbol to declare the start and stop step. Then parallelogram, it represents input and output operations, means whatever inputs you are providing to the computer, means whatever input you have giving that inputs and whatever output you get it, you can declare that inputs and output in parallelogram. This symbol is called as a parallelogram. Then rectangle, if you want to declare any mathematical formula, so we are using the rectangle for that. Then rhombus, this is the diamond. This diamond we are using to declare any conditions. See here, if you are using any conditions in your program, so draw this rectangle. It shows the two-way result. If you are using the conditions in your program, the condition is true, otherwise it is false. Either it is true, otherwise it is false. If the condition is true, true part will execute. If the condition is false, false part will execute. Means it has two-way result, true or false. Then arrows, we are using here arrows to connect the symbols, or it shows the flow of logic. Then next is, this is hexagon. It represents the looping logic in flowchart. See, if you are using the looping conditions in your program, for example, for conditions you are using in your program, so use this hexagon. Then small circle and off page are connectors. Means see, if you have draw the diagram on first page, half diagram, your page is end there. If you want to continue your flowchart on next page, so on first page use the small circle. It shows the connection of the flowchart, means other part it's on next page. Then on next page use this off page symbol. It shows the first part of this algorithm on front page. So these are the connectors we are using in our flowchart. Then predefined process. See here, if you are using the sub programs in one program, you are using the sub parts, that time you use the predefined process. See here, this is your first example. Start and stop. For start and stop the program, use the oval symbol to declare the steps. Start the program and stop the program. This symbol is called as a oval shape. Then if you are using the inputs, if you want to give the input, declaring the inputs and output. For declaring the inputs and output, use the parallelogram symbol. Means whatever input you are using in your program and whatever output you get it, if you want to declare that on flowchart, use the parallelogram symbols. See, if you want to show the mathematical formula in your flowchart, so use the rectangle symbol. This symbol is called as a rectangle symbol. Then second example is draw a flowchart to find out even or odd numbers. Even or odd numbers means what? What you mean by even numbers or odd numbers? How you find out any particular number is a even number or it is a odd number? See, those numbers are divisible by 2 and remainder comes 0, means it is divisible by 2. So remainder comes 0 means that number is a even number, means that number is even numbers. And odd numbers means those numbers are not divisible by 2, its remainder comes 1, that numbers are called as odd numbers. So we draw the diagram of the flowchart of that even or odd numbers. Start the program. For start the program, use the oval symbol to declare the start step. Then read n. We are using here input n, means whatever number you want to give to the computer, means whatever input, we are giving the n value to the computer for processing. So read n. Use the parallelogram symbol to declare the input statement. Then see here, we are using here if conditions. If you are using the if condition, use the rhombus or diamond. This symbol is called as a rhombus or diamond symbol, because condition either the condition is true or false. Sometimes your condition is true, sometimes your condition is false, so it has a two-way result. So we are using the rhombus symbol to declare the two-way result here. So we are using here diamond or rhombus symbol. If n% 2 is equals to 0, means n divided by 2 equals to 0, means any number. N means any number, whatever input you are providing to the computer, that number is called as a n number. Any particular number is divisible by 2 and its remainder is 0, then that number is a even number, means the condition is true. If you have given the odd number to the computer for processing, so that number is not divisible by 2, is equals to the remainder is not 0, that condition is false, means false part will execute. If the condition is true, the true part will execute. If the condition is false part will execute. See here, if n divided by 2 is equals to 0. What is the meaning of this condition? Means any particular number you have given to the computer, any number, whatever number you have given, it is divisible by 2, its remainder is 0, then that condition is true. Then true part will execute, means that number is print number is even, means whatever input you have given to the computer, that number is a even number. If that number is not divisible by 2 is equals to 0, means its remainder is not 0, its remainder is 1, then that condition is false. So this true part is skipped, the false part will execute. Print the number is odd, means whatever number you have given to the computer, that number is odd number, so print the false part, that whatever number you have given, that number is odd number. The statement print even number is odd, it will print on the monitor screen and stop the program. If your condition is true, the true part will execute and stop the program. If your condition is false, skip this statement, it will execute the false part and stop the program. This is the process to draw the flowchart of the any program. Then draw a flowchart to find out entered year is leap year or not. Means see, if you have entered any year, how you find out that whatever any one year is leap year or not. Leap year means what? What is the meaning of leap year? See here, leap year comes in the year after 4 years. Means in that year 366 days comes in leap year. If you want to start the program, use the oval symbol for start and stop the program. Then read the whatever inputs you are using in your program. So read that inputs, means we are using here leap. So read leap, use the parallelogram for declare the input statement. Then conditions, we are using here conditions. If condition, if see here, if you are using here n, then write here n. If you are using here leap, use here leap. Okay, leap divided by means if you are using here n, so use here n. Read n divided by 4 means that divided by 4 means leap year comes after 4 years. 4 years, so that year is called as a leap year. Means whatever year you have entered, it is divisible by 4 and its remainder is 0, means that condition is true. If the condition is true, the followed a true part will execute, means print that year is a leap year. If this condition is false, it will execute the false part, print this is not a leap year and stop the programs. Like this we draw the flowchart. Remember, if you want to write down the statement step 1 start and stop, use the oval symbol. If you want to write down the inputs and output statement, use the parallelogram. And if you want to declare the any conditions, use the rhombus, means diamond symbol, because it shows the two-way result, true or false. If you are using the mathematical formula in your flow chart, so use the rhombus symbol to declare that mathematical statements in diagram. Then fourth one example, draw a flowchart to find out factorial of a given number. Factorial means what? How we can find out the factorial of any number? See here, if you want to find out the factorial of 3. Factorial of 3. How you can find out factorial of 3? Means whatever number you have given, means factorial of 3. That number into the multiplication of the previous number, that is called as a factorial. For example, factorial of 3. Factorial of 3 means 3 into 2 into 1. 3 2 is a 6. 6 1 is a 6. So factorial of 3 is 6. Like this we can find out the factorial of any particular number, the multiplication of that number and the previous number, that is called as a factorial. Using that type we find out the factorial of any particular number. See how we can draw the flowchart of the factorial. First one is step start, then use the oval symbol to declare the step 1 start. Then read the inputs. We are using here input is n, so use the parallelogram to declare the input statements. Then we are using here for, if you want to declare the for condition, if you want to show the for condition in your flowchart, use the hexagon symbol. This is called as a hexagon symbol. It has a 6 sides, so we can call it as a hexagon. Then use the hexagon symbol. Then fact equals to fact into I. This is a mathematical formula we are using. If you want to find out the factorial, use that mathematical formula. So we are using here rectangle symbol to declare any mathematical formula. Then I. What it is? See here. Because in for condition I equals to 1, I is less than or equals to n. This loop will execute if the condition is true, this loop will execute again. If the condition is true, this loop will execute again and again. If the condition is false, it comes out of the loop, and whatever result we get it, so that result it will print on the monitor screen. Means for condition will work up to the condition becomes false. If the condition is true, it will execute again and again. If the condition is false, it comes out of the loop, and whatever result we get it will displayed on the monitor screen. So see here, for I equals to 1, I is less than or equals to n. This is the condition. I plus plus means I value is incremented each time. Using this, we find out here fact equals to fact into I. This loop will execute again and again up to the condition is false. If the condition is false, it comes out of the loop, and whatever result we get it will print. If the condition is true, it will execute again and again. So it's called as a looping condition. Then if the condition is false, it comes out of the loop and print factorial, means whatever result we get it will print on the monitor screen. So print factorial. If you want to print the output, means whatever, if you want to declare the input and output statement, use the parallelogram to declare that input and output statement. Then stop the program. Use the oval symbol to declare the stop, start and stop the program. These are the examples of the factorials. Then next is advantages of flowchart. What are the advantages of flowchart? See here, first one is effective analysis of the complex logic of the problem. Means we are using the logic in the program. According to that logic, it will works. It shows the flow of program. Flowchart, it will help to the user. It shows the flow of the program, means how it will work step by step. Means user easily understood the meaning of the program, means how it will work and how it executes step by step. It shows the flow of logic, means how it flow the logic in step by step. Easy to understand and analyze the program. It is very easy to understand and analyze the program using the flowchart, because flowchart shows the logic of the program, how it will work logically. So it is very easy to understand and analyze the program. These are the advantages of the flowchart. Then disadvantages of flowchart. When the program logic is complex, the flowchart becomes complex. See here, the program logic is complex, then flowchart becomes a complex. No procedure followed. It alteration required. The flowchart may require pre-drawing. Means see, if you want to alter anything, you can alter anything on flowchart. Then drawing flowchart is a time consuming task. It is very easy to draw the flowchart. Means in using the particular symbols, we draw the flowchart. For particular statement, there are particular symbols. For that statements, we are using the particular diagram of the diagram to draw the flowcharts. These are the disadvantages of flowchart. Then types of flowchart. So we will discuss the types of flowchart in next video.